Prairie View head coach Toyelle Wilson. Coach, if you could introduce your two student athletes that are with you, make an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions after that.
Toyelle Williams, junior, and Larissa Scott, freshman. Made another exciting, interesting game. Played a really bad first half. I think we just weren't playing as physical, weren't playing as aggressive. We weren't playing our normal self. I don't know if that was nerves or freshman's first time and underclassman's first time in the situation. But I think we made some halftime adjustments and fixed some things defensively that we usually don't do. And I mixed it up a little bit, made some defensive matchup assignments. I just adjusted that. And I obviously went to Toyelle Williams for the rest of the second half. I went with our bread and butter, with what has gotten us here, what has led us here, who's been the most consistent. At halftime, I told the girls we just weren't hitting shots like we were hitting in the last couple games. The shots will fall, stay positive. We took their first hit, and you got to respond now. And I told them it's about who makes the last final run. And I think when we first stretch, we went to 8-0 run. And I'm just proud of the girls. They came through, they believed in my system, and they bought into the system, and they kept going. They kept going. So we came out with the back-to-back SWAC tournament champions.
Well, Coach, we were here yesterday. I believe we discussed about runs. I want to say congratulations to everybody that's up front. Ms. Williams, your shot wasn't falling in the first half. It seems like you were frustrated to a certain degree, and I'll let you over to Coach. Looked like she was frustrated to a certain degree. So, Coach, what was your recommendations going into the second half, and what were your thoughts, Ms. Williams?
Well, my thoughts were my shots weren't falling in the first half, so I was just thinking, well, I need to get to the basket and just shoot some free throws, and I knew it would come.
I think the girls were frustrated because they know they were doing bad on top of the calls that were being called. But at halftime, we had a couple less shots. We made the same amount of threes, and we had the same amount of rebounds. So it wasn't really, we were getting outplayed, out-hustled. It wasn't on a stat sheet, but we were getting outplayed, out-hustled. And I told the girls, number 3 and number 12 were going to come out and be aggressive. It's their last game. They're seniors. They want to go out with a bang. And I said, Crumley's going to come out looking to score and be aggressive. And that's what she did. We didn't play really good help defense. But I told them at halftime, we're fine. We can't get frustrated. That's why I took Latia out a couple times. Got to calm down, because she's the leader. And if they see her frazzled and upset, then they're going to just, do the same thing. But it was me to keep them, steady and keep them calm and to respond and put them in a situation to be successful. But their defense definitely picked up. We held them to 24%. They had 17 turnovers, and if you saw, we put a press in where the press sped them up. They were quick, but they sped them up into quick shots. Sometimes they made a shot, but most of the time they didn't make shots. And as long as we got the rebounds, it worked.
So you talk about right before halftime, they had a 10-point lead, but you guys cut that down to almost 5, and they went in just at the last second. How important was that and the adjustment that you made in the second half?
Well, my coaches were telling me to call timeout, but I didn't think that was the timeout. Wasn't the cause. It wasn't going to stop the run. It was us. It wasn't about Alcorn. It was that we weren't playing well, our basketball, how we were playing. But I wanted the girls to kind of get the feel of the emotion of the environment. And I told the girls, bad we were playing, we're only down 7.5. I mean, we were down at Alcorn. I told them at Alcorn a week ago today we were down 9.5. So the girls respond really well. They're comeback kids. They don't give up. You can feel the momentum shifting a little bit. After a couple baskets, they bumbled the ball, but they hit a shot. We came back down. Kiera hit a couple shots, and you saw the momentum shifting. And so Puff and Kiera came out. Kiera played 7 minutes yesterday, hurt her knee, came back in the game and actually kept us in the game the first half with 10 points in the first half, only won in double figures, and finished with 15. So everyone was crucial.
Okay, you scored, I think, 14 straight points in one span, and so just talk to me about that. What got you started? Did you feel that you had to take the ball and take charge?
Yeah, well,
Well, yeah, I knew that my team believed in me and they needed me to come through, so Mama had to come through the strips. I did.
Coach, I got to disagree with you on one thing, because I think Larissa said the other night when we Mom was gonna bring us home, her mother brought us home tonight. And I
Yeah,
think she played a good game. She scored all those points in the matter of good defense.
yeah,
But Mama brought her biggest home.
yeah, she
Now you
did.
can go to the big dance.
Yep, you're right. And,
Speaking of the big dance, Coach, you know, you started this team off with different players last year, and you said back to back. How hard was it to get these young ladies to get focused because you were the top seed, and here it is again, but you're playing a lower seed? That's very hard to overcome.
yeah, well, we were a 5 seed this year. We got preseason pick first. I didn't think with the new players, I didn't think we were supposed to be first. I picked Alcorn Valley to win 1-2 in the conference. The kids quickly learn the system. They learn how to want to play offensively, defensively, and you know, Latia helped them continue what we've been doing since her 4 years here, and I've been here for 6, and I'm just proud of the girls. I think the only people that really believed were the team and us from day one. I really don't think a lot of people believed that we were going to win it again. We had most of our games during the conference, we only lost by single digits, so we were right there. We were still learning how to win. And I think learning how to win and going in different situations, adversity, we were down 10. In some games, we were up against Michigan, up against Marquette, up against St. John's. And I think we were still learning each other's strengths and weaknesses. And it all, you know, came down to this. Being down, we didn't give up. Anybody else would have folded and broke down. But we rose up and we came together as a team and pulled it out.
Larissa, talk about your play, 7 points to 10 rebounds, 3 block shots, 1 steal. I mean, even as a freshman, it seems like at one point you might have had the steady hand for the team throughout the game.
Well, with me, I had a bad first half, and as Coach said, we have to pick it up, and only we can push and win the game because we're the players on the floor. And so with me, I thought if I wasn't producing offensively, at least I could produce defensively, so I can at least get the stop and help Mama Pub. But it's a team effort with everybody.
Ms. Scott, talk about when Coach brought the pressing in the second half, which changed the game for you all. You got 6 boards, and it seemed like they came during that time defensively. What clicked inside of you once y'all went to press that you were able to just start, I said, beasting in a way that you weren't first half?
I would have to say that when it clicked, when we're in the press, we're kind of more hyped and we're more, I'll say, energized. And when we start trapping and stuff, we know our place. And if something's coming off the boards, I know it's my job to go get the rebound as well as and the other guard, Gigi. But for me, I just knew it was time for me to step it up and start rebounding.
Coach, I know that you now focus on the tournament, and so you might not necessarily look into next year, but you have no seniors. I mean, everybody's coming back. Talk about that.
It's an exciting feeling, but you still, you never settle. And we only have 8 kids, so technically we're allowed 7 more players. You need 15 for a full roster. So we're definitely, I know the last couple of years we've done it with 8, 9 people, but we're definitely going to get some more post players, some more guards, and all our recruits are watching the game, so I know they're excited, and I'm just excited for the future. We have another year with Latia Williams, and all the players at least have another year or 2 or 3, and it's a great time to be a Panther.
Larissa, when Latia starts to take over, does she say anything, or y'all just kind of stand back, or what's it like out there when you can tell she's got that look?
Well, she gives us the look.
Yeah.
So we know what's about to happen. So we just move away, and then as she drives or makes a play, our job is to go rebound, just in case it come off the back look.
Coach Toyelle, last year you said it was your resilience that won you the championship. What was the key factor for this year?
I think another word is fight, never give up mentality. I told the girls, to earn success, you can't take the elevator, you got to take the stairs. And I told the girls, the first flight was Alabama State, and the second flight was Mississippi Valley, And our third flight was Alcorn. I told the girl before the game, it's either what you're gonna leave your legacy on this court as another champion or just another team. And I tell you, they just didn't give up. I want to say fight. And they were resilient too, but I think but that comes from the coaches too. We put that, instill that into them, and I think if they see us not giving up and we keep encouraging them, I think they get that same fire, and they just never ever give up.
I do have a question. I remember last year you had the selection process that comes up on Monday, and the NCAA got to decide if they're going to look at the conference and make the decision. We know we're in the Lone Star State with Baylor, who beat Texas A&M today. But what could you send a message to the selection committee and say, where should they put Prairie View? I know it's a tough question.
Well, I'm really just grateful for being able to play another game. I think this experience, it only helps you into the NCAA tournament. I think also the girls are one more for the next year. They'll understand that whatever seeding that we get, you have to do well out of conference in order to get a better seeding. Basically, you're on your own worst enemy, you know. But also, a testament to the SWAC, our teams have to beat teams out of conference also. So when we play each other and lose to each other, win to each other and beat each other, it looks good. So I think it starts within the SWAC. I don't really look from outside in. I think it starts from the SWAC, and we got to beat outside teams out of conference, play a good schedule, play a competitive schedule, not just the blowout games. And I think we'll do fine. But you know, I think we're taking this game in, enjoying this win. Selection Monday is on Monday, and I'm sure the girls are excited to see where they're going to go. Last year we took a bus ride. We want to fly somewhere. I tell the girls, we're used to flying. We've been to Miami, we played in New York, we played in California this year. So we're used to flying. We like frequent flyer miles.
Any more questions?
Yeah, I got one. Despite the first half that Latina Williams had, what made you keep your decision of going back to her and giving her the ball in the second half to finish the majority of the game?
Leadership, veteran, consistent player all year, go-to player. Should have been SWAC Player of the Year.
Yeah, I heard that.